Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and to my first ever journal with me video. This is a very different sort of video for me to make. So I'm a bit nervous because I really don't know how it's going to go. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm not sure how well it'll work out. So there may be a bit of stopping and starting. There may be some heavy editing on this video because it might take me ages to get to where I want to be. So what I want to journal today for me is quite a special day. It's the 27th of August and it's exactly a year today since I retired. So what I wanted to do was just to remember that day. I've been working with the same people for 20 years, so it was quite a big day for me, and also to reflect on the year since that day. What's happened, what's changed, what's gone on, because it's been quite a different year, I suppose, in a lot of ways for many of us. So part of what I wanted to do was to journal about that year, what's happened over that year. So let's dive in. I have actually done a little bit of work in here, not very much, but I have made a start just to get myself into it. So I'll show you what I've done so far. And it's not a lot. What I have done is printed off some photographs that I'm going to use and put them in this little envelope. So there's a whole, which is slightly sealed completely by this. It's meant to be just tucked under, but the seal has. Oh, well, I'll sort that out later. The seal has caught it down a bit too permanently for me. Right. So right early on here. I've just been recording the visit that Jenny and Alyssa had with us for the weekend, a few weekends ago, and the date, and just the story of that weekend, really, just because it was very special. They hadn't been to stay with us for so long. I really wanted to record it. One of the things I would like to do, I don't know how well it'll work out, I'm going to try and just use the ephemera, if I'm going to stick ephemera in pockets, tags, things like that I made as part of the Roxy's weekly challenge, because I've got them all stored in a big box, and I thought it'd be quite a nice way to use some of them. So this is one of the pockets I made, and this is the tag I made. And I've written on the back of that about the weekend that they spent with us, which was lovely. I did one of my little ruffles. So yeah, and I did a bit of stenciling. Added a little bit of paper and just made a pretty page, really. And then on this page, so I've done a little tissue paper ruffle here, and I just wrote on the back, because it's another card I made as part of the challenge, and I've written on the back of that, and put a little photo in here. This is when she had all my bits of fabric all over the floor. She loves playing with my bits of fabric. She get in front of the doll's house, and she did it again when they came over last weekend. We had to come up, brought me upstairs, collected all my little strips that I sort of tear off and put in a little box just to keep for making snippets and things. And yeah, she loves playing with those. And this was her doing her stamping. So in the background here, this is some of her. She used a dauber and did some stamping with the dauber, and also she did some stamping. There's a duck and a bird, a bit of stamping with some of my animal stamps. So I've used that paper in a couple of places here to decorate the page, because I thought it'd be nice to have that on there. And this is the three of us. It's all sitting together, and she's concentrating on what she's doing, and we're just watching her. So yeah, I really like this picture of the three of us all watching what she's doing and joining in. So yeah, so that was just these 2 pages. So that's what I've done. I've got another couple of pages I want to do when we went for a walk in the woods, but I haven't got around to that yet. So it's not that specifically that I want to go in order at all. It's just that these 2 pages, or these 3 pages, just are what I need for telling my story about my retirement. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to start here. I think I want to try and do a little bit of light painting on here, just to blank out the page a bit, so you can still see it through. That's the bit that's a bit more nerve-wracking, because I haven't done that before. But I'll get to that later. So on here, what I want to use, right, so first of all I've got this badge that I was given. I was given a variety of things on the day, but it's too fat. It's just too fat. I want to put it on there. It's too big, too fat. So I photographed it, and I've now got several versions of it, depending on what size I need. So I thought I might put that on there too. I'm going to put the date, but I'm also going to put, I've got a bunch of stamped images here. Now they look a little odd. These are all Dylusion stamps, and they've all been cut out, stamped and cut out, and some of them have been coloured in. And I can show you, I use these a lot when I was doing my lockdown diary. I'll give you a quick look so you can see what I'm thinking of doing. This is the Dylusions, they call it, she calls it a dialogue. They're basically traveller's notebooks. Well, they're all different. Some of them are plain inside, some of them are lined. There's a whole range of them. And I used them. She did some videos during lockdown where she was showing us how to prepare the pages, use paints, use stencils, and then, you know, would just do whatever you like to actually decorate it. So I went through the whole of our lockdown last year, recording, adding photographs, doodling on it, stenciling. It was really fun. And so, and we were getting lots of pictures from Jenny. So I was putting every picture that I was sent of what was happening with Alyssa went on there, things that we were doing went in there. So, but one of the things I also used a lot of was these stamps, and you stamp them, and then you cut them out because it's easier. Then you can put them into your book. So what I did, this was because I was still working during this period, and this was my week off. So I used this just to show that this is what I was doing during my week off. Plans for this week, none. And here's me just doing nothing for a week. There's some flowers as well. So that was my 1 week off, and then I had another week off later in the next month, and I used a different stamp, and I put a wing behind. I mean, it's just fanciful. These are just a bit of nonsense, really. They're just a bit of fun. And you can just really use them to brighten up, decorate your page. So that was the page when I had my next week off. And I just listed, my plan was to walk around the garden, do some Pilates classes, watch the birds on the feeder, water the plants, play in my craft room, watch lots of YouTube videos, and then at the end I put all achieved. So that was my week off. That's what I did. Because I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't go on holiday, I couldn't go away. We were in lockdown, so that was my week off. So yeah, so what I thought I might do to indicate my retirement, and just starting retirement, to show that I wasn't going to be doing very much, and I can't say I have done very much in that time, was to use one of these. So I've got this one because I thought, I've got another one. I've got the other one where she's more lying down. I've got this one. But I've cut her legs off there for some reason. I think her legs are here somewhere. I think it's because it's so long, it kind of goes over 2 pages. So I think you have to cut the legs off to make it stretch. So I thought if I used this one and popped her there, and then I've got a variety of heads, because you do everything separately with Dylusions things. You don't just get a whole body, you get a body and a variety of heads. So I've got this one and I've got this one. They all look a bit sad, really, a bit miserable, but got another one of those. What else have I got? Got her. Don't like her. She looks a bit schoolmarmish. I've got another one of her. Got other heads, but I can't find any others. Oh, I found the legs. There's the other half of the legs. Oh, and there's another one here. It's a bit odd because it's got this claw on the head. I mean, I don't know where Diane gets her ideas from these things. They are bizarre. Look at this head. It's enormous. I don't know if I've got any others here. I've got a wing. A couple of wings. I think that's all I've got in the way of heads ready-made. I mean, I could stamp one and do a new one, paint one specially, but I don't think I will. I think I'll use one that I've got. Okay, so here's another. Here's another one of those. let's just put those out of the way for a moment. Decide which one I want. So don't want that one because it's too big. I don't know. I think it's not those two. One of these. I think I'll use, whichever one goes best with the body. So it's either that one. Whoops. I think maybe this one. Maybe that one goes best. Alright, so there, I know it's odd, but they're lots of fun, and I think they're quite fun for decorating a page, and they're a bit different. So this is my journal, so this is going to be mostly photographs, my stories. This isn't about you know, being all vintagey and stuff, because I mean I like the vintage stuff, but it isn't what I need to tell my stories. I'm going to use some background papers and things, but I like these for something different. My journal is going to be a bit eclectic, depending on what I'm doing, really. So I'm going to put that there, and maybe I'll put that there. I'm just wondering if I need something pretty down the side. Let's have a look at my papers. I wonder if a bit of this would... No, that doesn't go, does it? I'll try a piece of this. So I quite like the idea of is it being fairly celebratory in a way. So I've got some pages with bunting on here somewhere. These are all from a kit that I got from Shabby Dabby Doodle last year that was quite, I think it was to do with beach huts. And it had lots of bunting on it, and I thought I'd got some here somewhere. Here we are. See what else I got. A bit of that. See what I can do with this. Yeah, head's falling off. Let's get in that positioned correctly so she doesn't look all neck. Perhaps bring that down there like that. These are quite tricky sometimes to get them look right. So I might just put a bit of that there. Right. How am I going to fit in my retirement badge? That can go there. Also got to put the date somewhere, and I want some area to write. Running out of space. She's quite large, isn't she? This is where I find it all quite tricky to know where to position everything, what to use. Right, I'm going to pause because I need to have a think. Alright, I've had a think, and I've cut out this quite large label from the that was on one of the papers that's in the kit. I think this is a really pretty kit with all the bunting and everything, so I thought it'd be quite nice to use. So what I'm going to do first is to put my date on my label. And so I've got a date stamp thing here. So it's got all the months, but I want to use these big stamps for the day, I think. Now, what did I do with my ink? It is hiding over here. Right. Okay. So these need to be done kind of backwards, because when you're left-handed, if you do the wrong way around, you end up not being able to line them up. I've discovered that. I had a bit of practice. So the best thing for me to do is to start with the 7. Yep. And just want to put it on a piece of paper so it doesn't. And number 2. Now I know how to line it up, at least I hope I do. But I've shown that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So if you do it the other way around and then you try and do the 7, you're actually covering up the 2 with your hand. So it's a bit hit and miss doing it that way around. So I've discovered if I do it backwards, it works a lot better. Then I need my August. Where's my little block? There it is. There we are. And then try and decide whether to do a big 2021 or just a small one. I think I'll just do it small. So these numbers there, so we've got 20 and a 21, so I can put them together for the year. And I'll do them backwards again. Just put it slightly over to this side. 21. Oops. 20, 21, 2021. So it shows it's this year and not last year. So although I'm talking about retirement, it was actually looking back rather than talking about it as it's actually happened. Because I haven't recorded that occasion at all in any other way, so it'd be quite nice just to look back on it and then look at things that have changed since, or things that have happened since. So I'm liking that. So I've already stuck down this background page, and then everything else has to go in the right order. So if I pop that there, yep. I think I'll use my art glitter glue. No, not for this, not for the small one. I can use my glue stick, can't I, for that? Right, if I pop that there, let's just check. And that can go there, yeah, just slightly overlaps it. And I can put that there. Whoop. Okay. Where's my little card gone? There it is. Right, and I thought I'd put my retirement badge there, and if I can line that up with the lines that are there, then that gives me a journaling spot there just to say 1 year ago today, and then I've got this space down here that I can actually write in. Not a lot of space, but then there's not really much you can say. You know, I retired after 20 years. And that's not done a good job of. Yeah, I might just put that on first, and then I have to put something here because I don't think I've cut that very well. Unless I can cover it up in some way. Right. I've got this odd scrap that I cut off that was on the label, or attached to the label part. So it's more or less lined up. Oh no, have I covered up my 2021? Yes, I have. That wasn't very clever. That's not where I wanted it to go. I want it to go down there. That's it. That's better. Now I cover up my dodgy cutting out as well. Okay, that's better. Happy with that. Get some glue, making everything a bit shiny. Right, so then I want to put my badge there. Yep. Put her here. Okay, so I think that'll be alright. As this is photo paper, I'm going to use my art glitter glue for this. I'm making a bit of progress. Good if the glue would come out. That would keep things moving a bit. Can't believe it's already been a year. It's just gone so quick. It suddenly occurred to me this week, like, you know, it's coming up for a year already. I just don't believe it. Oh, sorry about the squeaking. Okay, I'm going to pop her on as well. I went a bit mad last year buying Dylusions stamps and paints and sprays, ink sprays, all the things. Nothing else to spend my money on really. Couldn't go anywhere. So I was at home just playing in my craft room most of the time, like I still do. I haven't really done anything with all of these things for a long while, so it's quite nice to get them out again. because I enjoyed using them, but they don't really fit with the junk journaling things. Junk journaling, well, junk journals, or whatever type of journal. I don't really call the ones I do. This is a junk journal because it's made out of bits of junk, bits of stuff that otherwise might get thrown away. But the other journals, I know Gail's had done a video about the difference between junk journals and the sort of things that she does. She calls them handmade journals, and I suppose that's what I don't know if I'd call, because they're all handmade. This is handmade, even if it's made out of junk. So I kind of call them decorative journals myself, in my own head. There we are. She's a bit of fun. Can't say she looks like me, but she's representing me sitting there, not doing very much half the time, I guess, in retirement. Okay, so I've got that a bit of journaling to do here, so I can do that off camera. So to move on, I need to do my envelope, because I'm going to put some photographs in the envelope that were taken on the day. Well, also, so they, on the Thursday, it was my last day of work, although I retired officially at the end of August. This was my last day of work, so this is when I had my Zoom retirement party. So all the members of staff, I think there were probably about 20 odd of us, all on Zoom. And I was given flowers, and they did a little presentation. It was all very nice. Told me I was wonderful, which is all very nice things to hear, a bit embarrassing. But then the next day, the people I was closest to, the people I worked closely with, came to my house. We were at that point, we were allowed to have people, up to 6 people in your house. So I had just a handful of people came over, including my daughter Hannah. She joined us as well to help celebrate. And we just had an afternoon tea, because the original plan for my retirement before the pandemic hit was we were going to have an afternoon tea for the whole organisation. It'd all been booked in a lovely little tea room, and it was going to be a lovely afternoon. And of course, it all had to be cancelled. So we did the afternoon tea here, and they got me a beautiful cake. Here's my cake, and had lots of flowers. I've just got some pictures. I'd like to put some of the pictures on here. Yeah, we had a really nice afternoon. So it just made it a little bit more special. But it was only a handful of people rather than the whole organisation, which it would have been. Now let's see. Let's stop wittering on to some of my favourite papers, because these were from the Artie Mays kit that I used recently. I just still love these papers, and I've still got quite a few of them left, so I might use a bit of this to decorate this envelope. Don't really know what I'm going to do. I could continue on with this piece, because that's where it was cut off. I could put that there. Put that there. I just need something going down here, don't I? Sideways music? Don't know. Nope. I know what I'd like to do. I think I'd like to put some lace on there. Because you know me, I love a bit of lace. If I'm not going to put lace in my own journal, where am I going to put it? Yeah, maybe a bit of this would be good. I'm just wondering if I need to put something behind it, because it's cover up, make sure that all this writing's covered up. I think I need to put something down there and then put the lace on top. Is that going to fit? It might fit, mightn't it? So I put that there. Oh, is it going to fit? No. I'm going to have to cover that corner. Right. Put that under there. Okay, let's just stick these bits on. Not really going to see it once it's covered with lace, but I don't want white showing. I've decided I don't want white. And then I'm going to put this down. I think I need a new glue page. Oops. I have got a photograph I think I might put on the front of that envelope. Put a bit of that. Ooh. Right up to the top there. Oops, get the pin out of the way. Okay. Really sticky fingers now. It's a bit misaligned. The flower is not quite lined up, but I need this going right to the top, so that's just how it is. Just how it needs to be. Make sure I've got it enough to cover that. Yeah. Cover that. Okay, that there. I think that's properly stuck down. Right. So I quite like that because it just has this continuation, so it all looks part of the same page. And then I'm going to put on a picture. And I'm going to put the picture of me on the big day. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to cut that down a little bit though. Don't really want the white border. Am I going to put, perhaps I'll put a piece of doily behind. I'll put a bit of doily on there. See what I've got. That will look nice. some doilies out and have a look. I've got some coloured ones. So I've got the blue. Oh, I've got a bit of pink. Bit of avocado dyed. Is that going to look any good? I've got to think about the colour of the lace, haven't I, that's going up the side. Maybe it's the wrong colour lace. Nope, that doesn't go. No, contrast is better, I think. So I think the little bit of, let's just try the other colour again. And I've also got this one, which is bought that colour, but it's too dark. So either some delicate blue or pink. I think maybe I should go for the pink because it goes better with the lace. I'm going to cut it off, obviously. So I'll only just have a little bit poking out at the side. Coming down that way. I think that might be the better colour. Like that. And then the lace. Like that. Let's have a look. A bit further over. Yeah, I think so. I've just got to try one more colour lace. Just to satisfy myself it doesn't look better. And that's this one. It's the same lace, just in the blue. Turquoise. No. I don't think the colours are going to go. But I just need to check. Does that colour look better? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it needs to be the pink. Or it's not really pink, it's coral, I think. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. Okay. So that needs to go on first. Our glitter glue will be strong enough for this. Nope. Make sure it goes right to the top. Okay. I I actually had it hanging over a bit more, but I wanted it to cover that join there. And now we put the doily on. Make sure that's in the right place, that'll do. Right. I think that should go there. Yep. This one's been printed on matte photo paper rather than shiny. No particular reason. Just had some. So I thought that's what I'd use it for. Okay. Maybe some more decorating to be done. Sure. I've got these little, well, this is chipboard, it's a bit thick, this one actually. Got another one here, but I think the colours are not quite right with bunting. But I've got the bunting in the papers, so I think the bunting works quite nicely. And that's right on there, and then I need to try and cover this up. This could be challenging, trying to get a piece in there. What are we going to put? Will that work? I might try and put a piece of this in there. Right, I had wanted to use this piece of paper from Vibrant Melodies because I think the colour was really pretty and went quite well. But because it was printed on copy paper, I was finding it was getting a bit difficult to put in here and have it not all crumple up. So I had some of this which is printed on the slightly thicker paper, which I used in my folio. And this will go in a lot easier, I think. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to try and use the tacky glue that I was using in doing the folio for this, because it gives you a little bit of sliding ability, which you don't get so much with the either the art glitter glue or the glue stick. This one just allows it to slide in a little bit, so fingers crossed it will go in without too much argument. So I've got that side. We're almost in, just trying to cover up all the blue. Go as near to the edge as I can. Oh, it's gone in. Result, it's just covered in that bit because I wanted to get rid of that blue. I can barely see it now. Okay, and then I need to cover this, and I've just been having a look in some of my scraps, and I love me some Rachel papers, so I want to use this piece at the bottom. So going to just tear this off here. I think because these colours don't really work. But I think these do. I think what I'm going to have to do is pop it in here and draw around where it comes to, draw around the shape. So hopefully that will, where's my pencil? There we go. I draw around that. Try not to draw all over the envelope because that's not really where I need to be doing my pencil marks. Let's see if that's about right. Yep, that looks like it went in far enough. Scissors, oops. So I'll just cut inside, and go inside my pencil line. Hardly see it. Right, so that's that one. That could go here. Haven't quite cut it brilliantly around there, but never mind. It just about covers it, I think. Then I've got this piece, which might look quite nice. That piece there, or further across. Yep, I think further across. Or I have got this piece. Does this work? Quite like that as well. Oh. No, I'm not sure I've done that quite right. I might need to cover that up. I think I prefer this. So cut this piece off. Yep. Just cut that there. And do the same trick as with the other one. Right up to the top. As far as it will go. Oh, looks like I'm going to lose some of this, but do I want to keep that, and maybe I'll lose a bit of the writing on the side. So I quite like the postmarky bit. It might actually just fit nicely now. I just want to cut round. There we are. Right, let's see if that fits there. Yeah, just about. Okay. I have it going along there. I might need to put something down the side, mightn't I? Maybe I can use a bit of Florentine paper because I do love it. fill in the little space down the side there, mightn't it? Not the orange. One of these might. Well, I think the first choice might have been the best one. Unless I go with a bit of this. There's a bit of pink in there. Yeah, maybe I'll just do a bit of that. Get the Florentine paper idea. Reluctantly, because I wanted to squeeze some on, but I don't think I can make it work. But I can make a bit of this work, I think. Right, let's see. If I put that there, then make sure that covers the little flap. And also covers the gap that I had going on under here. It's only a little gap, but maybe I'll do that. How does that work? So put this one on first, then a bit of that. Okay, let's do that. Where's my glue? There it is. I'm going to try doing it with the wet glue again. Even though this is thinner paper. Hoping it'll allow me just to slide it into place if it's not quite right. Yep, a bit of slidage is possible. And this piece next. So I'm not going to have time to do this page today, and I've got to figure out how I'm going to do it anyway, whether I'm going to use just gesso or whether I'll be able to use paint. So I might have to do a bit of experimenting with some scraps just to see how they come up, because I don't want to ruin the paper. It's just too precious for painting on it and having it all go falling to pieces or something, or wrinkling up to the point where it's unusable. And then I'll put that there. So yeah, I'll have a little play, because I want to do something. This is the page where I want to record my memories of the past year. So I've got to think about how I want to do that. Well, I've got an idea of how I want to do it. I think it'll probably take me a whole video just to put it all together. So I may come back and do that next time. Or next time I decide to do one of these videos. That might not be for a little while. Okay. I just need to trim that a little bit along there. Okay. Right, so my envelope is covered now. And I just was wondering, I don't know, I found this little snippety thing I thought might go quite nice on the edge, but it's a bit, don't know. Oh, it's a paperclip. Ha! Didn't even realise. It's an altered paperclip. Well, if I found anything I wanted a paperclip on, I could use that, couldn't I? Okay, so that's as far as I've got today. Quite nerve-wracking enough to do this for the first time. Just making it up as I go along. But I think this will be quite a nice way to record the day itself and also the year since then. So I will try and come back and finish that in another video. So thank you for joining me today, and please do join me again soon. Bye for now.